So in today's video, I'm going to be taking apart this front differential assembly that came out of a 1989 Suzuki Sidekick. I was looking all over the internet trying to find instructions on how to disassemble one of these, and I was coming up at a total blank. I couldn't even find written instructions. The reason that I'm taking this apart is the owner told me that the vehicle had 538 gears. I don't completely believe that because it looks like the vehicle's completely stock, and the 89 with the 2-door and 5-speed should be a 512, but you know, I want to know for sure, and this does not have any markings on the outside like they usually do. So I'll take it apart and I'll count up the gear teeth and figure out what ratio it is. So just like my Dodge Dakota video, I'm going to dive into it and I'm going to get this thing figured out. So the first thing that I tried was to reach into this little gap here and just kind of pry on it a little bit, thinking maybe it would just pop loose, but I didn't pry on it too hard, but I pried on it hard enough that if there was any sort of a little clip right there, it should just pop and come right out. So I don't think that that is what needs to happen. The next thing that I tried was removing the upper fill plug from the front of the differential case. My thought was I might be able to look inside the hole here and there might be some sort of a clip that you could reach in and push and it would disconnect so that this little axle stub would come out. I didn't see anything in there that looked you know, like you could just push it off, any sort of a clip or anything. I may be wrong, but I don't think so. So I'll dig into it a little bit deeper and I'll see what I can figure out. So at this point, I'd like to apologize that the project is so close to the camera. I'm a little bit limited with space on this table, and I only have a little tabletop camera mount, so please bear with me. But I went ahead and taken out all the bolts on the circumference of this third member here, and I'm going to try and pop it loose, because I'm thinking that maybe once it pops loose, it might shift to the side and come off of that axle stub. So that's going to be the next thing that I'm going to give a try. Okay, so I finally got this shaft to pop loose. I ended up having to go online and I signed up for a couple of different Suzuki Sidekick Geo Tracker forums. And I posted the question online on how to get this done, and luckily somebody told me that you need to take a slide hammer to pull this shaft out. I was able to get it to move slowly by tapping it right here on the tabs with a hammer. I made sure I didn't hit it too terribly hard so it wouldn't bend the tabs, but I just kept, you know, tap, 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 and then move it to the next one and tap, tap, tap. Just kept working it that way, and it slowly worked out of place. I would recommend, though, that you probably should use a slide hammer on this if you have one. Just a lot less chance that you're going to damage these tabs. But that's apparently the trick to getting that out. Now that I have the output shaft removed, the center carrier should just pop right out. And there it is. Okay, so I've just counted the number of teeth on the ring gear to determine for sure what ratio this is. There's 41 teeth, so that means this is a 5:13 ratio. I had to double check that. The guy that sold me the rig that I got these parts off of, he swore that this thing had 5/38s in it. I was pretty sure that it didn't, and I only paid $200 for the rig, so I wasn't losing anything. But it was still worth the gamble to try and get those lower gears. But I can still use these 5/13s. There's no problem with that.